Let's get straight to it. You're intelligent. You're a successful professional. But the market, well, the market is a different kind of beast, isn't it? It has a way of humbling even the sharpest people. We're going to break down exactly why that happens and, more importantly, how you can engineer a completely different outcome for yourself.
Look, this isn't just some feel-good quote you hang on a wall. In any high-performance field, we're talking pro sports, the C-suite, special operations, success is never a solo mission. It's always the result of guided experience and a proven framework, period. And that really is the critical question, isn't it? In a world where the financial stakes are this high, why would you possibly rely on the most inefficient, most expensive learning method on the planet? Unguided trial and error. It just doesn't make sense.
So let's start by reframing this whole problem. That staggering failure rate you always hear about, it's not a reflection of you or your intelligence. It's a symptom of a fundamentally flawed business approach. Think about that number for a second. 90%, 9 out of 10. If you were looking at any other business venture with that kind of failure rate, you would never invest a dime without a rock-solid, proven system in place. And yet, in trading, people accept it as the norm.
And let's be perfectly clear, this isn't just about a bad quarter. This is about total capital destruction. It's about wasted time, squandered energy, and missed opportunities. It's a complete and total operational failure.
And right here, this is the heart of the entire issue. Your intellect is what got you to where you are today. But in the markets, without a structured, repeatable process to guide it, that same intelligence actually becomes a liability. It leads to overthinking, second-guessing, and chaos.
Okay, so let's pop the hood and really dissect what's going wrong here. Why does a lack of a system almost guarantee failure, especially for people who are used to winning in every other part of their life?
It's because without a framework, without rules of engagement, you're left with nothing but emotion and impulse. You're forced to make critical financial decisions under immense pressure, driven by the raw emotions of fear and greed. That, my friends, is the very definition of psychological chaos.
Now, what's fascinating here is that none of these are random accidents. Revenge trading after a loss, doubling down on a losing position, chasing some hot tip you heard about, these aren't just mistakes. They are the predictable, inevitable symptoms of operating without a documented, rules-based system.
When you boil it all down, going it alone means you are choosing to pay the market for your education, one painful mistake at a time. And trust me, that is the most expensive and least effective tuition you could ever possibly pay. Which brings us to the solution. And listen, the solution isn't more information, another indicator, or one more book. The real solution is a complete operational overhaul. The role of a true mentor is to come in and install a brand new operating system for your trading. And this table just lays it out perfectly. A guru sells you information or trade calls, which only creates dependency. A true mentor, on the other hand, provides a proven system and helps you build discipline, which creates independence. It's the difference between someone selling you a fish and someone teaching you how to build and run a commercial fishing operation.
That's what this is all about. A mentor completely eliminates the guesswork. They give you the map, they define the process, and they provide the accountability to make sure every single action you take is deliberate, measured, and actually moving you forward.
So, what does this system actually look like in practice? It's not some mystical secret strategy, it's a professional architecture and operational framework built on 4 non-negotiable pillars.
It's this simple. First, you have to master the internal game, your own psychology. Second, you define a crystal clear, repeatable process for every single thing you do. Third, you apply ironclad capital management rules. And finally, you execute that plan with unwavering discipline. That's it. This is the whole game. And when you get these components locked in place, well, the outcomes are transformational. You immediately sidestep years of painful, costly mistakes. You get the accountability you need to stay on track. And maybe most importantly, you build real process-based confidence, not that fragile kind of confidence that comes from a few lucky wins. Think about this. A mentor allows you to learn from their decade of mistakes, not your own. You are, in effect, buying years of hard-won experience and avoiding millions in potential losses. It is the single greatest arbitrage opportunity you will ever find in your trading career. And this all brings us to the final and most critical point. The goal here isn't just to be a trader. The goal is to become an operator, to run your trading with the seriousness and structure of the professional business that it is. And that is exactly what STOA is, a structured trading operating architecture. It's the logical, systematic framework that transforms chaos into order and turns gambling into a profession. Success is not an accident, it's engineered.
And in the end, it really just boils down to a choice. Are you going to continue to rely on hope, guesswork, and emotion, or are you ready to install a professional-grade architecture that is designed from the ground up for repeatable results?
That's the only question that matters right now. The choice to elevate your approach, to go from amateur to operator, that choice is yours. If you've made it this far, you're not just curious, you're serious. And that's exactly who STOA was built for. Here's the deal. We don't accept everyone. We run on an application-only system because we only work with people who are ready to operate at the next level. So if you want to stop wasting hours chasing noise and instead run a proven, documented process that gets results in less than 90 minutes a day, apply now. There are limited seats, and once they're filled, they're gone for the quarter. Click the link in the description, fill out the short application, and let's see if you're a fit. If you're watching this, my guess is you already know you should.